Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brahim and we're going to be talking about Bitcoin, or more cryptocurrencies in general, but the main one's Bitcoin, let's be honest. So Bitcoin's drop in volatility may boost appeal, make 130k possible, JPMorgan report says. Now, JPMorgan is a big institution. JPMorgan issued a note Thursday that Bitcoin, BTC, up on the current day of 0.72%, could fetch a long-term price of 130,000 if its volatility continues to decline. According to JPMorgan, Bitcoin is becoming more appealing to institutions seeking low-quality rated assets that diversify portfolios, Business Insider reported Thursday. The US investment bank noted that high volatility acts as a headwind towards further institution adoption. The signs that Bitcoin's volatility is diminishing could see it crowding out of gold as a portfolio diversifier and suggest a long-term price target of 130,000, JPMorgan's note said. The target is based on a notation that Bitcoin's volatility will meet gold's, which for the time being is still some way off. Bitcoin's realized volatility in the last 3 months stood at 86% compared to 16% for gold. A separate JPMorgan report issued to ultra-high net worth clients in March played down the comparison between Bitcoin and gold, arguing that the crypto's volatility characteristics and correlation profile refute the comparisons to the traditional safe haven asset. Now, I wanted to talk about a couple things. These are all old. They're all old. Before you get in the comments like, this is old. I know it's old, but I'm just going to talk about these things. So, one big story was when Tesla purchased $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. That was like a major thing. Like you're not hearing or seeing like institutions put crazy amounts of money into cryptocurrency in their cash reserves. Now, this was like 8th of February 2021, so like I said, fairly old. Also, Tesla said they will start accepting payments in Bitcoin in exchange for its products. Now, there's not many institutions out there, maybe small businesses, maybe medium-sized businesses. But it's not big businesses. Like, you can't walk into a Walmart or a Target and pay with crypto and be like, yeah, that's 27 BTC. Well, it's not going to be 27 BTC, it's going to be like a couple Satoshis, but you know what I'm saying? That's going to be 0.3%, 0.3 Satoshis. Beep. You can't do that shit. You can't do that shit in most places. So Tesla is saying they will start accepting payments in Bitcoin. That's a major thing. But that's not the only thing. Square, the little portable terminal things that you're used to seeing. Square bought 170 million worth of Bitcoin, the company revealed in its fiscal fourth quarter financial reports on Tuesday. The company said it purchased approximately 3,318 Bitcoins, expand on its October 2020 buy of 4,709. Square said it represents about 5% of the company's total assets as of the end of 2020. 5% of that company is in Bitcoin. 5%! Not in a bank, in Bitcoin. Bitcoin traded around 48k after the bell Tuesday, up nearly 62% for the year. Now, this article is also old. It's the 23rd of February, which wasn't too long after Tesla's announcement, funny enough. But it goes on from there. It does not stop there. It really doesn't. Visa moves to allow payment settlements using cryptocurrency. Now, if you're thinking of financial institutions that aren't banks, the top two you're going to think of is Visa and MasterCard. You can argue with Amex, but Amex hasn't been about that long, like Visa and MasterCard, and it isn't. I mean, Visa, you can use it if it's passports and so many other things Visa's there for. So, they're moving to allow payments through cryptocurrency. That's a big thing. Visa. I want you to remember that. Like I said, this article is also old. This one came out March 29th. So this one's about 2 weeks old. The cryptocurrency wallet will deposit traditional fiat currency in a bank account to be wired to Visa at the end of the day to settle any transactions, adding cost and complexity for businesses. Visa Inc. said on Monday it will allow the use of cryptocurrency USD coin to settle transactions on its payment network, the latest sign of growing acceptance of digital currencies by the mainstream financial industry. Visa has launched the pilot program with payment and crypto platforms, Crypto.com, and plans to offer the option to more partners later this year, it said. The USD coin is a stable coin cryptocurrency whose value is pegged directly to the US dollar. Now, that's like the last major thing. You've gone from, okay, Tesla, fine. Some people might say it's a joke. I don't think it's a joke. Going to a financial institution, going to like a major financial institution. Now, some of you know who Robert Kiyosaki is, some people don't. He's the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and that book is so amazing. I loved it. I'm not joking, I promise you, you will love that book. It really is what it says, an amazing book. I'm someone that doesn't read too much in terms of books, but honestly, I loved it. I had to read it twice. Rich Dad, Poor Dad author says he's buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, as the economy is screwed. Now that's a bold statement to say the economy is screwed. Like, this is coming from a guy that only wants to use real estate, who only wants to buy businesses, and who only wants to buy gold, or should I say like commodities. He doesn't even like stocks. He doesn't like stocks. And I think it makes sense considering now we're seeing a lot of manipulation on the market. We can understand why he doesn't like stocks. He just probably never talked about it. He's buying Bitcoin, and this is from the guy that was really against Bitcoin. Like, he really was against Bitcoin. Like, really. And now he's seeing Bitcoin like gold in a way. Rich Dad Poor Dad author Robert Kiyosaki says he's racing to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and precious metals as the economy weakens. Racing, not casually, racing. In a new Rich Dad's radio show podcast episode, the best-selling author and entrepreneur says that while he does not wish to argue over which store of value asset is superior, he is scrambling to own as much BTC, ETH, and gold as he can. So he hasn't given up with gold. So this is a quotation. So I'm just grateful I have a lot of gold, silver, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, and I don't get into the argument. Peter Schiff is always arguing about gold and silver, and Max Keys is arguing back, and I think, why the heck are you guys arguing? Just get as much as you can right now, because the government is screwed, we're screwed, our economy is screwed, we're so deeply in debt, it's like sinking into quicksand right now, and you're arguing about gold, silver, Bitcoin, just buy something. Now he is right, America is in so much debt, it's overtaking their GDP, it's overtaking their GDP. When we're in the future, a couple of years, and we look at the GDP rate, like the GDP amount in 2023, and we get those official numbers, we're going to be screwed. Even the UK's GDP to debt ratio is getting really close to 1-to-1, but we'll see them official numbers in a couple of years' time. I'm not judging Bitcoin. I'm judging the stupidity of our government. Yeah, I agreed. Being a real estate guy, when I look at how much debt is going to default, the question is, when all those office builders around San Francisco can't pay their rent, who the hell's going to bail them out? That's why I put my 50,000 bet. It was a bet against the economy. It wasn't a bet on Bitcoin. And I'm betting the Federal Reserve is going to print more money, and if they don't print, we're screwed anyway. The question is, what do we put on money? I started off years ago saying cash is trash, which is not entirely true, but he means in terms of if you just leave it in cash your entire life, yeah, it's trash. It's trash. But if you do something with the cash, that's where you get the value. And it is becoming trash. The more artificial intelligence and technology makes things more efficient, prices should keep coming down, but the Fed keeps pumping it up. Lesson number 1 in Rich Dad Poor Dad is the rich don't work for money. Facts. The rich don't work for money, they work for assets. Because the moment you do that, you're screwed. It's coming true right now, and it deeply concerns me. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm really worried for the future of our economy, at least in the Western civilization. The rest of the world might be a bit different, but for America, majority of European countries, maybe even Australia, I don't know too much about the economy, being honest. But yeah, America is looking screwed right now, to be honest. So I just wanted to basically talk about Bitcoin, and this is what this was all about. Are you invested in Bitcoin? If you're not, Ethereum, Ripple, Doge, I don't care. Are you invested in any cryptocurrency? Put down in the comments down below what crypto you're invested in, and do you think the economy is screwed? Voice your opinions.